In Hollywood, where youth is worshipped and perfection feels mandatory, even the brightest stars can fall victim to beauty gone wrong. These once iconic faces lit up red carpets, magazine covers, and TV screens until drastic cosmetic procedures changed everything. Some were chasing confidence, others fighting aging, and a few simply trusted the wrong hands. Their transformations are shocking, heartbreaking, and unforgettable. Which story will surprise you most? Keep watching, you won't believe who's next. Julia Tarasevich was once admired for her timeless sculpted beauty, a Russian model known for her classic elegance and calm confidence. She wasn't chasing a dramatic transformation. She simply wanted to maintain the youthful glow that had defined her career. At 38, she checked into a private clinic for what she believed would be routine cosmetic touch-ups, a facelift, eyelid surgery, and a bit of liposuction. Nothing that should have changed her life. But everything changed the moment she woke up. Her face was swollen, uneven, and painfully tight. Most devastating of all, she couldn't fully close her eyes, not even to sleep. A simple enhancement had turned into a medical nightmare. Julia filed a lawsuit against the two surgeons responsible, who claimed her reaction came from a rare autoimmune disorder, scleroderma, something she insists she never had. Countless corrective treatments followed, yet her appearance never fully returned to the face she once knew. Instead of hiding, Julia chose to speak out. She now uses her platform to warn others about the hidden risks behind cosmetic perfection and the importance of trusting qualified professionals. Her story stands as a powerful reminder that beauty is more than appearance. It's identity, safety, and the ability to close your eyes at night without fear. Jocelyn Wildenstein was once the epitome of New York high society, glamorous, wealthy, and endlessly fascinating. Known as the Bride of Art, she lived a life surrounded by mansions, rare masterpieces, and diamonds, all while married to billionaire art dealer Alec Wildenstein. To the outside world, she seemed untouchable. But behind the luxury was a growing obsession with preserving youth, an obsession that would ultimately redefine her image forever. What began with minor cosmetic enhancements gradually spiraled into something far more extreme. Each new procedure pushed her further from her natural appearance, and the mirror became both a comfort and a torment. As time passed, tabloids branded her the infamous Catwoman, turning her face into a symbol of excess and fear of aging. Her marriage collapsed in a very public divorce in 1999, followed by financial turmoil that eventually led her to file for bankruptcy in 2018. Yet Jocelyn never truly disappeared. In 2022, she re-emerged alongside makeup artist Alexis Stone, embracing public curiosity rather than hiding from it. Now in her 80s and living quietly in New York with her longtime partner, designer Lloyd Klein, Jocelyn remains both a mystery and a lesson. A reminder that the pursuit of beauty, when left unchecked, can blur the line between self-expression and self-erasure. Pete Burns was more than a pop star. He was a cultural force. In the 1980s, he burst onto the music scene with Dead or Alive and their unforgettable hit, You Spin Me Round Like a Record. Bold, androgynous, and impossible to ignore, Pete challenged every rule about what a performer could look like. But behind the glam and fierce confidence was a man searching for something deeper, a version of himself he believed he could create. It all began with a broken nose and one corrective surgery. That single procedure opened the door to what would become a lifelong obsession. Over the years, Pete underwent hundreds of surgeries, fillers, implants, reconstructions, some elective, others necessary to fix painful complications. He wasn't trying to look younger. He was trying to become living art. But the cost was high. He battled constant infections, failed procedures, and chronic pain that shadowed him for decades. Even when doctors begged him to stop, he couldn't. For Pete, stopping meant losing the evolving identity he saw as his true self. Pete Burns passed away in 2016 at age 57, but his legacy still resonates. He remains a fearless symbol of self-expression, forever raising the question, where does identity end and obsession begin? Carol Bryan never set out to chase fame, youth, or perfection. Like many women in their 40s, she simply wanted to refresh her appearance and feel confident in her own skin again. In 2009, she agreed to what she believed was a straightforward cosmetic filler treatment, quick, subtle, and safe. But the results were anything but safe. The substance injected into her face contained liquid silicone, a material banned for facial use. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but within weeks, Carol's face began to swell, harden, and distort in ways she couldn't recognize. Friends avoided eye contact, strangers stared, and eventually Carol isolated herself completely. Only her daughter was allowed to see her. Doctors attempted to reverse the damage, but each intervention made things worse. After years of pain and failed treatments, a major craniofacial surgery at UCLA in 2013 finally offered hope. The operation saved her life but left her blind in one eye. Though partial reconstruction restored some of her appearance, the emotional scars were far deeper. Instead of retreating, Carol turned her trauma into advocacy. Through documentaries, public speaking, and her foundation, she warns others about unregulated cosmetic procedures. Her message is simple and powerful. Know your doctor, ask questions, and never trade safety for beauty. Priscilla Presley was once the definition of timeless beauty. Elegant, poised, and radiant throughout her years with Elvis. Her classic features and soft charm made her one of the most photographed women of the 1960s and 70s. Even long after her marriage to Elvis ended, she continued to age gracefully, holding on to the effortless allure that had captivated millions. But in the early 2000s, everything changed when she became the victim of one of Hollywood's most shocking cosmetic scandals. Trusting what she believed was a qualified professional, Priscilla placed her care in the hands of Daniel Serrano, a man posing as a licensed cosmetic surgeon. Instead of medical-grade fillers, Serrano injected her with industrial silicone, a substance meant for machinery, not people. The consequences were devastating. Priscilla suffered lumps, tissue damage, and facial distortion that even expert corrective procedures couldn't fully undo. While Serrano was eventually sentenced to prison, the emotional and physical toll on Priscilla was far more lasting. Still, she refused to let the ordeal define her. Priscilla remains active in the public eye, recently appearing in the 2023 film Priscilla, which explores her own life story. Her experience stands as a powerful reminder that beauty should never come at the cost of safety, and that credentials matter far more than promises of perfection. Daryl Hannah was once one of Hollywood's most enchanting stars. From Splash to Blade Runner, her luminous blue eyes, golden hair, and effortless girl-next-door charm made her a symbol of natural beauty throughout the 1980s. Audiences adored her for her ethereal presence. She didn't just play a mermaid on screen. She embodied a kind of magic that felt untouchable. But over the years, that familiar look began to shift. Like many actors navigating the intense pressure to stay youthful in Hollywood, Hannah reportedly turned to cosmetic enhancements. What may have started with minor Botox or fillers appeared to evolve into more noticeable procedures. Her once soft features seemed tighter, her expressions less fluid, and her cheeks and lips fuller than before. Fans and critics alike expressed sadness, feeling that the delicate balance that defined her beauty had been altered. Hannah, however, has consistently denied undergoing plastic surgery, insisting her appearance is simply the result of natural aging. Regardless of public speculation, she has largely stepped away from the spotlight, choosing a quieter life centered on environmental activism alongside her husband, musician Neil Young. To many, Daryl Hannah remains a bittersweet symbol of how the pursuit of eternal youth, whether real or perceived, can sometimes overshadow the natural beauty that first captured our hearts. Dennis Avner, known worldwide as Stalking Cat, was never driven by vanity or a desire for attention. His transformation came from something far more personal: identity and belief. A former Navy veteran and computer technician, Dennis felt deeply connected to his Huron and Lakota heritage. After speaking with a spiritual advisor in his 20s, he embraced the idea that his true spirit aligned more closely with a tiger than with a traditional human form. Determined to express that identity outwardly, he underwent more than a dozen body modifications over the years. He split his upper lip, reshaped his nose, altered his ears, added subdermal implants, and covered his face with elaborate tiger-striped tattoos. He even wore custom fangs, whiskers, and a mechanical tail. To outsiders, the transformation seemed extreme. To Dennis, it was sacred a way to bring his inner spirit and physical body into harmony. Media attention soon followed. He appeared on Ripley's Believe It or Not and Larry King Live, eventually earning a Guinness World Record for his animal-inspired modifications. Yet, despite the spotlight, Dennis lived quietly, working in IT and finding peace in small-town communities. In 2012, he passed away under uncertain circumstances. Today, his story stands not as a spectacle, but as a conversation about identity, acceptance, and what it truly means to be human. In the 1970s, Lin May, born Lilia Guadalupe Mendiola Mayares, was one of Mexico's most electrifying performers. Her striking features, commanding presence, and infectious charisma made her a star from Acapulco to Buenos Aires. Audiences adored her, and to many, she seemed larger than life. But behind the glittering stages and applause, Lin carried a quiet insecurity. She wasn't chasing vanity. She simply wanted to correct a subtle facial asymmetry that bothered her far more than it ever showed. Trusting the wrong person changed everything. Instead of a licensed professional, Lin ended up in the hands of an unqualified practitioner who injected baby oil into her face, a substance never meant for medical use. The results were devastating. Her skin inflamed, hardened, and slowly transformed, leaving her with damage that only worsened when she sought corrective procedures. As the media turned cruel, mocking her appearance with harsh headlines and unflattering photos, Lin refused to disappear. Now in her 70s, she continues to perform with unwavering spirit, embracing humor and honesty about her past. Lin May's journey is no longer about beauty or fame. It's about resilience. Her story stands as a powerful warning about unregulated cosmetic procedures and the high price of chasing perfection in an industry terrified of aging. Kenny Rogers was a true country music legend, beloved not just for his unmistakable voice, but for the rugged charm and gentle warmth that defined his presence. His weathered, expressive face told the story of a lifetime spent on the road, singing about love, heartache, and the gamble of life. Fans admired him for his authenticity, a quality that made him feel like an old friend rather than a distant celebrity. But in 2006, a personal choice changed how the world saw him. Kenny underwent several cosmetic procedures, including eyelid surgery intended to give him a more refreshed look. Instead, the results left him deeply unhappy. The surgeon lifted the outer corners of his eyes too high, stretching the space between his eyelids and brows. The change erased much of the soft, masculine character that had become part of his signature appeal. Kenny later admitted publicly, "I wish I hadn't done it," acknowledging that even confident people can be swayed by pressure and vanity. Despite that regret, he refused to let one mistake overshadow his life. In his final years, Kenny focused on the things that mattered most: family, philanthropy, and music. When he passed away in 2020, the world didn't remember the altered face. They remembered the storyteller who taught us when to hold 'em, when to fold 'em, and how to live with grace. These stories reveal a side of beauty we rarely talk about: the pressure, the risks, and the irreversible consequences that can come from chasing perfection. Behind every transformed face is a person who trusted the wrong hands, faced impossible expectations, or simply wanted to feel good again. Their journeys remind us that real beauty isn't measured by smooth skin or flawless features, but by confidence, safety, and self-acceptance. As you reflect on these powerful transformations, remember to question, research, and choose wisely when it comes to your own well-being. If you found these stories eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires, informs, and empowers.